Hey, let's make a 3D photo. Don't know how? It's okay. I'll show you. Stick around. Live, trends, and prosper. Hi, I'm Dr. Brian David Phillips, and welcome to Let's Make a 3D Photo with Stereo Photo Maker. What is Stereo Photo Maker? It is a secret and magical art. No, it's a software. It's free. Free? Yes! Go to this web page at stereo.jpn, that stands for Japan, .org/ing for the English version. You can see there's also German, French, and Japanese versions of the page. The host or creator of Stereo Photo Maker, the free software, he's based in Japan, but it's been translated for a number of languages, and honestly, it is the best 3D photo software on the internet. Period. That's free versus paid. This is the good stuff. So download it for free. Where can you find it? On this web page. That's why we're on this page. Scroll on down to that sucker, and there you're going to notice there's Stereo Data, Stereo Movie Maker, also free, a whole bunch of stereo software that you can play with, and Stereo Photo Maker is the one we want. And there it is. I know it's a simple and ugly web page. Who am I to talk? My web page is ugly. But you can get this sucker, download it for free right here. There's even a help file for the older version if you like. And there are language files for some languages. So download that sucker. You don't have to install it. Once you unzip it, you can just run it from a USB if you like. It's very simple software, but it's incredibly powerful. And you can use this software to make 3D photos. What is a 3D photo? Why, I'm glad you asked. My guess is sometime in your life you are a child. Most of you were children. A couple of you were dropped here fully formed by the alien overlords. But most of you spent some time on this planet as a child. And many of you, during that period of forced childhood, you had one of these suckers. Ooh, you didn't have this one because this is a cheap Chinese pirate from China. I got it in Guangzhou, in Canton, China, on my honeymoon many, many years ago. Yes, I bought toys on my honeymoon because that's the kind of guy I am. But you might have had a Stereo Viewmaster, which is the originator of this design. The design itself, or the concept itself, is based upon 200-year-old technology, but here's the idea of this particular one. You may remember the reels, the stereo photo reels, or Viewmaster reels, which were cardboard thingies that looked like wheels. And these reels have photos all around them. But this photo here, this one right here, looks just like this one, except it's not just like that one. There's a little bit of a difference. So that when I put this sucker into my magic Viewmaster viewer, let's get it aligned, I can look in and boom, see full 3D photos. It's like I'm there. That's a Viewmaster toy. Powerful stuff. Actually, right now there's a new Viewmaster out. It was released recently at the time of this video making that uses a phone for virtual reality. You're not limited just to photos. It feels as if you're in there, and there's even videos on these suckers based upon the Google Cardboard VR technology. Don't know what Google Cardboard is? Well, Google it. It's Google Cardboard. It's VR. Now, you may also know about other forms of 3D photos. Some of you may be familiar. Maybe you had a grandparent or a loved one who had weird old black and white photos. This isn't black and white. This is mine. This is color. In their home, where it looks like two images, two photos stuck together on a card. Why would anyone stick two exactly the same photos together on a card? Because they're not exactly the same. There's a difference. There's a slight difference between the two. Do an experiment with me, if you would. Watching Captain Handsome on the screen, I'd like you to hold up one finger. Hold up the first finger or the last finger. Do not hold up the middle finger. Not this finger. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Bob. The first finger. Take that finger. And if you would, close one eye. Ooh. Close one of your eyes and take the finger. And if you would, just put that sucker up there and put it right over my face so that the finger covers my face. Now, without moving the finger, this is going to be magical. Without moving your finger, close the open eye and open the closed eye. What happens? It's as if your finger magically moved. Amazing! But the finger's not moving. Your perspective moves because you've got, most of you, some of you don't, but most of the folks watching this have two working eyes in the front of the face. That's a little neat thing about human evolution. We evolved to have binocular vision. Two eyes in the front of our faces. And so, our two eyes with the two different perspectives funnel images to our brains. Yes, even you, Bob, have brains, and your brain takes those two images and smacks them together, creating depth perception. That's how we know how far things are away from us. That's how come when we're driving, we know this car's close and that car's far away. And how I know that my glass of milk, nutritious milk, is close to me and that bottle of horrible whiskey's far away. I can reach and grab things with a depth perception. That's also why if you only have one eye, you probably can't get a license to drive in most jurisdictions because you don't have depth perception anymore. You have to rely on experience that can be faulty. Your brain is a magical thing. Now, we can simulate that little process with the brain or trick it by using one of these suckers, a stereoscope. And if I use my stereoscope, this one is from the L'Oreal company based in Hong Kong. This is their deluxe stereoscope. I have a few old ones back home from the 1800s. Oliver Wendell Holmes, some of you know that name, designed a wonderful stereoscope viewer, a stereoscope for viewing stereographs called the Holmes Viewer. Very nice one. But if I take that stereo view that I showed you earlier and I stick that sucker in my viewer and I put my face up there, something wonderful happens. It's as if those two pictures merge into one, but that one image you're watching, it seems as if it's three-dimensional. Ooh! Wow, what wizardry is this? That's pretty awesome, right? Now, how do I take those images? Well, those particular images I took about 10 years ago with a 1941 Realist camera. It's a classic film camera. But we don't really use film that much anymore, do we? No, we use digital now. And for digital 3D photos, there aren't that many 3D cameras out there. Currently, I'm using one that's a few years old now. It's a tiny little thing. It's a point and shoot from Panasonic. It's the Lumix 3D one. When I open that sucker up, notice something weird. It has two lenses. And those two lenses take a left and a right image so that it creates 3D photos for me. Ha! I've also used the very first stereo digital camera. That is the Fuji 3D1. Boom. And that's got two lenses too. It's amazing. It also has a 3D screen on the back for viewing your images. You can also still find, not easy to find, but the Sony Bloggy came out with a 3D version. Don't take your photos like this. It has to be like this because the left and right eye need to look that way. So those, you could use that. But most of you probably don't have a 3D camera. Oh, sadness. So you could take two regular cameras, smack them together, and fire them off at the same time. Just hold them together and chicka-doo, ka-chicka-doo, ka-chicka-doo. That's annoying, but it does work. Or use a classic method, and that is the cha-cha method. You know, cha-cha-cha, the dance, which your hips move in an interesting way. How do you do that? Take a regular camera. Here's my phone. Smartphones all have cameras, so I'm just going to turn on my old phone, turn on my camera. There's my camera. And I'm just going to hold my camera, and I'm just going to put my finger over the button here. Oh, I need to turn that off. Some people are idiots. That would be me. So let me turn off that little app. I don't like to use it, but it's always there. It's very annoying. For some reason, my operating system gives me the beautification app all the time. Okay, so I'm just going to put that over there. Now, how do you do this? So I'm going to point your camera, set up your photo. At first, you take a left image, then a right image. A left and a right. Remember, the stereograph had two images, a left and a right view. So let's do that. We're going to take a left view. There's my left. And then I move my camera just gently, and I take a right view. Now, think of cha-cha, the dance. So for the first photo, I put all my weight on my left foot. Put all your weight on the left foot. Take the first photo. And then distribute all your weight onto the right foot. Like a cha-cha hip movement. Moving the camera horizontally. It must be horizontal. And just take that right image. So left, right, left, right. Don't go up and down. That's dumb. So left, right. Just about 2 inches max, and then take your photos and stick them on your computer. I have already done so. I've got some photos for you on me computer. So here you go. I've got original L and R. See, I have renamed the photos I took in my office at the university. L and R, L and R, L and R, L and R. So let's look at the left image. Here's our left image. This is in my office at the university. I have cool stuff. I do teach at the university. I teach courses in science fiction, so it's not creepy, weird, or childish that I have all this cool sci-fi stuff in my office. It's professional resources. Yeah, that's the ticket. But the left image, I took the left image, boom, and then I ever so slightly moved the camera to the right image. So left image, right image, left image, right image. Then I went on to the next photo. There's my left, and here's my right. So cha, 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 cha. Next image, cha, cha. Left, right, left, right. Final image, left image, right image. left image with the world's greatest Mirrorverse Spock, right image with Spock Mirrorverse, and of course the movie Kirk and the TARDIS, because TARDISes are cool. LR, left, right. You get the idea. Not a difficult proposition, but you can do that. So now, how do you take those L and R's and make 3D images that you can distribute to others with awesomeness as your middle name? I open up the software. I downloaded that free software. I open that sucker up. There's my left. There's my right. And that left and that right do some interesting things in the software. Here I've got my first one already open. Just to show you how to open that, you might notice if I go to the icons at the top of the software, notice first one says open stereo image. That's if you're using a 3D camera. It'll save it as an MPO, which is a special 3D format thingy that you can use in 3D TVs and stuff like that. But that'll open this way. If you don't have a 3D camera, you're going to want to open it up left and right images. So go to the next one, or go to the file thing, and you can open up left and right and all those too. But if I open stereo left, right, there's my images. So I already have number 1 open. I'm going to go ahead and open number 2, L. That says open left image. So we'll open your left. And if you've opened it before, it'll automatically open the right image. Yes. There we go. Left and right. Now you've got these 2 images here, right? And it's difficult to tell how can I manipulate that so it's proper 3D. Well, we can use different formats for 3D. Currently, it's in right here, side by side. There you go, left and right or side by side. Some formats are above and beyond, above and below, or an LCD. This is for a 3D monitor with these kind of glasses here, polarized glasses. I can now see in awesome 3D. I have a 3D monitor, I have 3D TVs. I usually use these polarized glasses, but if you don't have a 3D TV and you're wearing polarized glasses, you just look cool. Or you have sonic sunglasses, which, by the way, is a stupid, stupid thing. Oh, please, Doctor Who, get rid of the damn sonic sunglasses and go back to the sonic screwdriver. Yes, a sonic screwdriver is stupid, but come on, it's Doctor Who. He's had a sonic screwdriver since the beginning, and sonic sunglasses look like douchebag material. So get rid of those if you don't have a 3D system, but you can still play around. Get yourself some anaglyph or red and blue glasses. These are plastic, but you can get paper ones really cheap, like $1 on the internet for a pair, or a whole bunch you can buy for bulk. I buy them in bulk to give to students or to play around with stuff. This image looks like nothing with the red-blue glasses on because this is the wrong one. I flip over here. Okay, so we got interlaced also for 3D. Gray anaglyph is a black and white, just red and blue. I'm going to go to the color. That's what I want. All right, now, when I turn this on to color and I use my red-blue glasses, I notice something very important. This looks like crap. It looks horrible, but that's okay. I know how to fix it. By wearing these, I can check my 3D, or I can just look at it and I can tell that you got the nice little lady from Conan is way off, and Little Red Riding Hood with her pendulum is way off. I can bring them together a bit more by just using the buttons, arrow buttons on my keyboard, and let's just bring them there. Now you can see that one image is a little higher than the other because I moved my hands when I took the photos. So I get them closer, and I'm just going to make that a little bit better overlap there. Much better overlap. When I put my glasses on, boom, I've got 3D. Awesome. You can manually change them. Now, if it looks wrong, you can switch the left and right. You can switch the left and right so that you over here swap left and right, and you can check that. So if you by chance accidentally use the wrong way, I was using the correct way. This is correct. This is a nice 3D image. I can also, if I'm not very good at visualizing this stuff, I can just go to where is it? Adjust. Easy adjustment, or just use auto alignment. Watch what happens when I say auto align. It does all sorts of math stuff. And with the math stuff, it'll stop, and now it is auto aligned perfectly. You can use auto alignment. This was image 2. Let's open up another image. Let's say, do I want to save it? No, because I'm going to show you other stuff. Left for 3. Boom. Yes. Open it up and just go to adjust. Auto align. Automatically, it just does its magic. And now I have my 3D photo. Perfect. Little Harry's got an umbrella, and big ol' Hagrid's got a dragon, as he should. And the picture is awesome, even all the way back there where we can see the Enterprise and things like that. That's working with images one by one. With this software, you can also do batches where you multi-convert a whole slew of images so that it comes out. You don't have to do them individually. I'm going to use auto again, and I'm going to show you what do I do when I've got 300. I take photos of cosplay events. Sometimes I'll have 400, 500 3D photos, and I don't want to process them all individually. So I go over here to File. See, I go to File. I'm going to go to Multi-Conversion right here, Multi-Conversion. And with multi-conversion, it'll ask me, what folder do I want to look in? Here's my tutorial. I want to go into my left and right. It asks me, where do I want to look? I go to left and right. And it's going to ask me, what format do I want to output to? The thing about saving individually, it's whatever view you're in. That's how it'll save. And you can play with the software and even learn how to crop it and things like that. But let's say I want to save as side by side, which is what I would use for one of these viewers. That's a stereograph. I would save as side by side, or I can save as independent left and rights, or above, belows, gray or color anaglyphs, where all of the images would be the red, blue glasses, color anaglyph, which is what I use for folks who don't have 3D viewers and things like that. Or I can even go all the way down here. This is something weird. Look at that. Half width SBS. For my 3D TV, I can use MPO images. So I could also say MPO, stereo, side by side. Instead of JPG, I choose MPO. But I'm going to stick with JPG. If I go half width SBS or side by side, I can then use them, the JPGs in my 3D TV and see everything nice. If I use full stereo width, my TV doesn't work very well for that. It looks weird. So I need the HSBS. For our purposes, let's just go ahead and do a bunch of color anaglyphs. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. You want red and blue or the current version. Color anaglyph. I need to browse to which folder I want to use. Here's my tutorial folder. I'm going to choose JPG Anna. See, I go ahead and pre-make a whole bunch of folders. But I'm going to do anaglyphs. So I go JPG Anna. And then I will click over here, auto alignment. So all of the lefts, all of the rights go there. Now, input types. Side by side means you have these side-by-side images pre-made, but I don't. I have independent LR. Independent LR, and I can choose, we're going to go normal for the left and normal for the right. Sometimes people will have one camera normal and the other camera turned upside down if they're using a twin rig, but we didn't. They do that so that the lenses will be closer instead of really far apart. But we didn't do that. We did cha-cha. So we did normal camera, no rotation. We can set it for auto align, and we've got where we're going to save it over here. And then we can just come over here and either select convert selected files or all the files in the directory. We're going to go ahead. I want to show you how fast this is. Convert all files. 3, 2, 1, boom. Do I want to start? Boom. No. And it's off. So it takes some time to do the match points. 276, it saves that, goes to the next one. Boom, 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 boom. This is going to be for 4 images, or 8 out of 8. And that's it. That's all it took to do 4 photos. If I've got 500 photos, it's going to take a little while. Honestly, not that long. I'll sometimes have 100 photos from an event, and it just takes a couple minutes. Now I can exit now, or I can go back. And I might go back and set another type of photo. I usually do anaglyphs. I'll do mono, and I'll do stereo, which is the 2 full-size images, and I'll usually do half SBS or side-by-side so I can watch it on my TV. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to exit. And that, my friends, is how to use Stereo Photo Maker. You can also convert a whole directory of images into a web page. And that web page is compatible with software. Let's go back to the home page for this particular directory. And if I go down here, these stereo galleries, I can look at the stereo galleries here. This is the maker of the software, has a bunch of galleries. And you'll notice something interesting. He's got different versions. Here's Taipei 101, where I live, or Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall, also in Taiwan, where I live. And you see there's a JavaScript version, a Flash version, Java applet, or HTML5. If you want to share it with folks and they can use Google Cardboard or something else on a web page, open up the HTML5 version and then just choose an image. Your software can create this. It opens up here in a Dubois anaglyph, but I can change that to a parallel image for the Google Cardboard, or if I just want to see a color anaglyph, I can look at them all that way. It actually saves the photos, and you can manipulate into all sorts of wonderfulness and use your glasses to see awesome 3D for that. And that, my friends, is the software Stereo Photo Maker, which you can use for some really cool stuff. I hope this tutorial has been helpful. If it hasn't, well, obviously you're inferior of mind. Let us know. Seriously, if there's a question, ask the folks on the software page. Questions about specifics on the software. If you have a question about my web pages and things like that, ask me. If you're into hypnosis, go to my web page because I got lots of stuff there. I did this tutorial mostly for my students and my friends who are into 3D and VR. And yes, you can use Google Cardboard or other VR viewers to look at the online HTML5 galleries. Yay! I'm looking for an app that does it better. So if you know of any, let me know. Other than that, I hope this has been helpful. Grab your anaglyph glasses, or if you have a 3D set, you can play with that. But this is a really nice software. It's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely brilliant. If you would, please, oh please, please, click subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Subscribe. Why should you press subscribe? To show me love. Like this video, click, and subscribe to the channel for more videos coming up. And until next time, then, this is just me, Dr. Brian David Phillips, saying, live, trans, and prosper. Bye-bye, my young Padawan.